Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, July 18th. Welcome to the Inside Edge. Mikey Sherrill and Jack Ciattarelli have just 10 days left to decide who they want to be their running mate. Both of them still contemplating their options for lieutenant governor. And for each, this process has been a little bit of a struggle. I'm told that no final decision has been made for either candidate. And here we are in the stretch. An announcement could come next week, but the deadline is July 28th. And Sherrill and Ciattarelli are looking for someone who can bring them votes, not cause any problems in their base, but most importantly, looking for someone who's going to do no harm. And they want somebody who's compatible. And frankly, the most attention the lieutenant governor pick is going to get is when they're announced. There's some realities that the candidates are facing, and one of them is there's not a long line of people clamoring for the job. Being lieutenant governor, it comes with some prestige. It comes with maybe a special place in history. You get to be the acting governor when the governor's out of state. You get to sign bills, but at the end of the day, the lieutenant governor is really just a cabinet member with a trooper. And with overtime, the trooper may be the one in the car that makes the most money. And when you sign up to run for lieutenant governor, you're possibly agreeing to an 8-year enlistment. That's a long-term commitment. And for those who have bigger ambitions, there's no guarantee that being lieutenant governor is the best path to become governor. Many people make a persuasive argument that it might be the worst possible path if you'd like to be governor someday. And make no mistake, lieutenant governors are members of the governor's staff. There's no governing partnership. There's no guaranteed seat at the table. There's no assurance that they're going to be in the room. They report to the governor's chief of staff, and they can't even leave the state if the governor wants to travel at the same time. And with legislative salaries increasing next year to $82,000 a year for a part-time job, where they're their own boss, LG isn't necessarily alluring to members of the Senate and the Assembly. That being said, some governors have made some pretty good calls. In 2009, first year that there was a lieutenant governor election, John Corzine had pretty much decided on Barbara Buono. Then the Middlesex County Democratic chairman got indicted. Corzine got spooked, and instead he decided to pick Loretta Weinberg. And Senator Weinberg brought Corzine votes in Bergen County that I don't think he was getting on his own. She kept him in the game, and Phil Murphy's been lucky to have two solid LGs. Anyway, that is it for this week. Have a great weekend, a safe weekend, and